Isabella was walking up the stairs to her apartment. It was on the 4th floor, and Isabella had only climbed a few steps in agony. She nagged under her breath. Why didn't these people install an elevator in this building? Isabella was coming home from the gym. It was leg day, and she could barely feel her thighs after doing 200 squats. She was naturally a little plump, which didn't make her look unattractive or unhealthy, but she was always obsessed about losing those extra pounds. She barely ate anything throughout the day and limited her carb intake so much that her head would spin from the lack of energy she had. But with that amazing willpower of hers, she managed to complete her intense workouts almost every other day at the gym. She met a few other women at her workplace and at the park where she went to jog in the morning that had similar views as her. Some had managed to lose their weight and bragged about how slim they were, and others complained how they needed to cut down on their calories. Isabella, I've learned this amazing abs workout. It's only been 2 weeks and I've lost 2 inches off my belly already. Oh really? I've been going to the gym for 6 months now and I've barely lost half an inch. Are you training with a professional? You know what, you guys, I think I'm heading over to the doctor today. Over the years, Isabella had tried everything, from different diets to different exercises, but she was never satisfied with the results she was able to achieve. Isabella had definitely grown very strong, and she could say she was one of the fittest women she knew. It was very difficult to maintain the vigorous routine, and once in a while, Isabella would fall into the temptation of eating out a box of ice cream on the weekends or sipping down a cold can of sweet, bubbly soda. It wouldn't be long before she would be running out the bathroom only to cry on her bed after checking her weight. Isabella easily gained weight, and as easy as it was to gain, it wasn't easy to lose. Isabella always tried to keep healthy, and she noticed the best results came from eating proper and exercising regularly. But Isabella often ended up falling ill from maintaining certain strict diets. She often felt dizzy and had cramps and sore muscles from the hours at the gym. You can do it, Isabella. 10 more. 10 more, come on. 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Now come, another set. Isabella was growing tired, and she found herself giving up. It had been a few years since she had started to maintain this kind of lifestyle, and including it into her daily work routine was even more exhausting. Soon she found herself lacking the willpower she used to have, and she had to force herself to get up in the morning and put on her sweats and head to the park for a jog. One of these days, Isabella rolled out of her bed and dragged herself to the bathroom. She brushed her teeth and washed her face and peered through her gloomy, baggy eyes. She sighed and said, Isabella, no gain without pain. And she dragged her sore legs to the closet and pulled out some sweats. She mixed up her shake in her flask and popped on her headphones and headed out the door. Halfway there, she met up with one of her friends, Jenny. Jenny jogged with her, and they spoke on their way to the park. Isabella noticed how great she was looking. Hey, you look awesome. Have you been doing something different? It's a good thing that you mentioned. Just the other day, I was at the gym, and I picked up this magazine. It was indeed the best decision of my life. There was an advertisement that intrigued me so much I had to give a call. And when I heard what they were offering, I couldn't resist but order and try it myself. And now, look at me today. Jenny halted and posed this way and that way and puckered her lips. It was true, she had lost quite some weight, and the last time Isabella remembered, her friend looked much more plump than her. So what is it? What have you been taking? It's a really good company. They're selling the ultimate diet elixir in a bottle. They call it Ambrosia, and it works in just a week. Young, beautiful, and healthy. You should try it out. You're looking at the results right in front of you. Isabella was impressed at how her friend was looking. All right, she said, smiling in excitement. Her friend took out her phone and sent Isabella a message with all the information she needed. When Isabella got home, she was eager to search up the company and see what they were offering with her own eyes. She looked up the website Jenny had given her and found herself watching an advertisement of the product. Hey there, you! Yes, you on that couch. Are you sick of those lingering extra pounds? Tired and exhausted after running 100 rounds? You want to be thin and slim and walk down that gym with a mighty big grin. You need a solution, but you can't find that right magic potion. Well, you've come to the right place, where you'll finally find that extra space. And guess what? You don't need to munch on kale chips anymore. With our elixir, you can eat, drink, enjoy, and still have that super tight core. Don't wait a second longer. Get the body you want in a matter of days. Yes, days! You won't regret, you won't be sorry, because all you'll hear is praise after praise. Order Ambrosia, the elixir of life. Call today at 1-800-44. After exploring the website, Isabella soon became interested, and she decided to order a 1-month supply and try it out. After a few days later, she received a package in the mail. When she opened the package, she was surprised to see that it only contained 4 small bottles. When she read the instructions, she discovered she was supposed to take 1 bottle every week before sleeping and avoid eating spicy food or drinking alcohol. That night, Isabella drank the first bottle. Just about 2 days later, she noticed her appetite had completely disappeared. She wasn't hungry at all, and she didn't have that temptation to scoop out some ice cream from the fridge anymore. After a few more days, she began checking her weight and was surprised to see in just about a week she already shed a few pounds. Isabella got the feeling of confidence after a long time. She pulled out one of her old dresses and barely managed to fit through, but she did. She called up her friends and strutted down the hall. She couldn't wait to show off the new look. All her friends would be so jealous. Wow, Isabella, you're looking good. I know, right? What's the secret, Isabella? Oh, it's nothing. Isabella could see her friends became envious of her new look. She couldn't decide whether to tell them about the diet elixir. After some thought, she decided to complete her course and see if the whole thing was actually a hoax before telling them anything. Isabella had noticed that men were paying a lot of attention to her. Her friends were becoming insecure and self-conscious, which really made Isabella all the more confident about her new look. As the days went by, Isabella began to lose more and more weight. Within no time, she found herself admiring her new body in front of the mirror. The change was absolutely eye-catching. She was wearing all her old dresses from college, and the looks on the faces of her companions had changed. Isabella had totally forgotten about Jenny. She hadn't spoken to her since that day, and she thought to call her up and thank her for her advice. Isabella and Jenny decided to meet up at a cafe to catch up on the latest gossip. As Isabella waited at the cafe, she looked out the window and noticed Jenny across the street. Jenny had lost even more weight since the last time they had met. So how is everything going? Everything's fine. Did you try out the elixir? You look like you're in good shape. Yeah, I know. Thanks for letting me in on the top secret solution. We should celebrate and go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Jenny scrunched her nose. I'm really not in the mood. I have a little cramp in my belly. Maybe it's this new restaurant I've been ordering dinner from. The whole evening that Isabella spent with Jenny, she noticed that Jenny didn't look too happy. She didn't talk too much, and she wasn't impressed by Isabella's new look, and she spoke nervously. Jenny barely paid attention to anything Isabella said. Her eyes roamed around the cafe, and she couldn't stay still. She kept tapping her fingers on the table and her feet on the ground. She seemed to be occupied in her thoughts. Isabella started to feel that Jenny regretted having told her about the elixir, and now she was jealous. Feeling rather let down after the hangout, Isabella came home upset. She decided not to tell any of her friends about the elixir. The next week passed by, and Isabella had lost even more weight. The diet elixir proved to be more effective than she had expected. Isabella started to lose weight that she didn't want to lose at all. She was 10 pounds under her initial target weight. She continued to get thinner and thinner, and Isabella soon found herself feeling tired and weak. And along with the weakness, Isabella found it difficult to focus on her work at the office. She even had a hard time holding her pen in her hand properly. Soon she started to procrastinate. She started to forget things and make silly mistakes. Are you okay, Isabella? It wasn't the same tiredness she used to feel before after her workout days. It was different this time, and the nauseous feeling followed up with sharp abdominal pains. One night, Isabella woke up to intense cramps in her belly, followed by her migraines. It was so awful that she was forced to go to the hospital. After the doctor had examined her and taken a few tests and sonograms of her stomach, the first thing she asked her was if she had been eating anything strange lately. Isabella said, "No, I've barely eaten anything since I started taking that diet elixir. They have turned out to be great though. I've lost all that unwanted weight that I've been trying to get rid of for years now." The doctor asked to see the medication and sent it to the laboratory to be analyzed. When the reports returned, she sat down next to Isabella and said, "I have some bad news for you, Isabella. This diet medicine contains tapeworm eggs, mercury, some harmful elements, and some elements that we don't even know. The tapeworm eggs are the reason why you've been losing so much weight and having sharp abdominal pains. And mercury is the reason that you have difficulty to keep your thoughts organized and have nerve problems, slowly going towards insanity. These are only the first of many symptoms to come." Isabella was shocked after hearing what the doctor had to say. Luckily, the doctor was able to prescribe her some medication to rid the infection from her intestines and advised her to stay away from anything that contained mercury. But as for Jenny had been taking the pills for quite a few months. Her health had deteriorated so much to the point where she was only skin and bones, and the pain was intolerable. Fortunately, after her surgery, Jenny was able to recover physically, but the damage that occurred to her mind was incurable. Jenny had become mentally ill and had to stay at a rehabilitation center for therapy. The police were informed of the matter and they investigated to find a young man had been operating the business. The company was shut down. They found out the elixir was an invention of a late herbal researcher. After his death, his grandson discovered his research and the secret formula of ambrosia, and he decided to put it on the market. The product was on trial, and it was sold to only 7 customers, and Isabella was the 8th before the company had to be shut down. Some of the initial customers who had been taking the medication for quite some time now had passed away from the effects of the concoction, and some had gone insane like Isabella's friend Jenny. But what about Isabella? Something very strange happened in the case of Isabella. She discovered the truth behind the elixir. I am Isabella. I never took to any strict diet or extreme exercise routine ever again. Not to mention instantaneous, guaranteed weight loss solutions like elixirs or diet pills. But there was something different about me. Although I stopped taking ambrosia, I never gained bad weight again. And it wasn't only that. I never had to go to the gym again. I eat whatever I wish, when I wish, and I never get out of shape. My hair is luscious, and my skin glows all the time. Everyone can't stop praising me. Somehow, I got all the benefits of the elixir and more. I don't even age. Now, did I get sick because of the elixir? I was never sick. I pretended to be sick when I saw Jenny sick. The reason I instigated and helped the police in shutting down the company was so no one else could get their hands on the secret formula of ambrosia, the elixir of life, as I did. Who knows for who else it would have worked. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.